start a recording for the commentary. Caillou, a name that triggers a lot of things in a lot of people. In case you don't know, Caillou is a TV show that ran from 1997 to 2011, with a reboot currently available on streaming since last year. The series is based on the book series of the same name, first published in 1989, and follows the adventures of Caillou, a 4-year-old boy and his friends and family. You may love him, you may hate him. In fact, let's be honest, you probably hate him. But regardless, here I am today to talk about Caillou's holiday movie. In October 2003, Caillou's holiday movie was released straight to home video. The film focuses on... You may love him, you may hate him. In fact, let's be honest, you probably hate him. But regardless, here I am today to talk about Caillou's movie. Attempt 3. You may love him, you may hate him. In fact, let's be honest, you probably hate him. But regardless, here I am today to talk about the Caillou movie. In October 2003, Caillou's holiday movie was released straight to home video. The film focuses on Caillou's adventures during the 12 days leading up to Christmas. Today, we will be covering it in full, as I think it isn't nearly as bad as the rest of the series. So without further ado, let's begin. That is so fitting. The first song of the movie started just as I finished reading that part. Okay. The plot. We open with Caillou sleeping while his family is preparing for the day. He wakes up to Gilbert pawing at the window and sees his dad shoveling the driveway. He rushes downstairs to go play outside. As he gets his snow clothes on, his dad comes in and tells him to get breakfast. Oh crap, he's upset! Sound the alarm! He eats breakfast and feeds Gilbert before going outside to play with Rosie. His friends Clementine and Sarah show up and we get our first song. Caillou's Christmas song, which fittingly is playing right as I record this part of the audio. The song is just Caillou singing about Christmas to the tune of the Caillou theme song. During the song, we get a short montage of Caillou, his dad, Sarah, and Clementine playing in the snow. And I guess Rosie, but Rosie only appears in like one shot. While it isn't groundbreaking or anything, it's definitely a good appetizer for the surprisingly good songs later on. Also, something about this shot is really funny to me. Something about how Caillou is acting so slick dodging Clementine's attack. Meanwhile, Sarah's deadpan stares. Caillou doesn't realize she's there, even though their arms are literally touching. Also, I like this part. This is funny. They did a good. Anyways, Caillou then puts away his clothes and we get treated to the first part of this running gag of Caillou accidentally trapping Gilbert and Rosie finding him later. He then writes Christmas cards and goes to bed. Play scene of him listing who he's making cards for here. Remember this. His dad gives him a calendar and they open the first door to learn about the first Christmas tree. In Jarnum Soldier! I don't know how historically accurate this story is, but I think it's a neat one. So yeah, that's it for the first day. On to... Wait, I messed that up. So yeah, that's it for the first day of the special. So yeah, that's it for the first day of the special. On to... Caillou wakes up and asks his family if they can get a tree. His dad says he knows a place. Where do they go? Germany? No, you freaking idiot. Jonah's Christmas tree farm that only appears in this special. Duh! Also, more of the Gilbert getting trapped gag. Caillou and Rosie play hide and seek in the trees before we get our second song of the film. The perfect tree for me. Yippee! I can't do that anymore. I used to be able to do a perfect impression of that, and now I can't. I really like this song. It's a very nice country song, and this is how you add a moral about appreciating people for who they are into a multi-moral special and not making it blatantly obvious. Look at me. Yo, Gabba Gabba Land live! Caillou then makes his dad run around the living room with a bent-in tiny Christmas tree. He then makes a star while Rosie makes a gift for Gilbert. We then get more Boris, not joking, that's the dad's name, torture with him trying to avoid Gangle? What? Torture with him trying to avoid Gilbert while tangled in the lights. After a lot of shenanigans with the tree, aka Boris falling one time, and then they get the tree ready somehow. I don't know. I read that part. I wrote that part weird, and I read it equally weird. Anyways, after a lot of shenanigans with the tree, they end the night with the story of the birth of... It's Jesus! Say hello, Jesus! And a Spanish parade of it. Feliz Navidad clip. Who hurt you? If you're gonna have that line included, you gotta have at least a reference to the song. Anyways, now on to... Caillou decides to give away some toys Caillou decides to give away some toys he doesn't play with anymore. Rosie then kidnaps Rixie and fills the giveaway box with random things she finds. They go to the fire station to give away the toys. After some shenanigans there involving dogs and wheels, we get another night of the advent calendar. Well, that happened fast. Really quick, I want to touch on this scene. Caillou looks like he's going to have a classic Caillou moment, keeping this toy truck now that it's fixed. However, after realizing how much joy that toy truck could give a kid less fortunate than that. However, after realizing how much joy that toy truck could bring a less fortunate kid, he decides to give it away. See, Christmas does bring out the good in everyone, even demons. This is part of why I feel this film is better compared to the rest of the show. It subverts expectations. You hear the idea of a Caillou movie and think, okay, just Caillou bratting for an even longer time than usual. But it doesn't do that. It treats Caillou like a character that isn't just spoiled brat. And it gives everybody else... It treats Caillou like a character. And gives everyone else a character. Anyways, after learning about Christmas cards, we move on to... more Christmas card shenanigans. Now, remember what he said earlier about who he was going to... More Christmas card shenanigans! Now, remember what he said earlier about who he was going to give cards? Here's a list of them in case you don't. Now, this is a list of people who actually get cards. The fuck happened here? So many things are wrong. In fact, here's a list. 1. Why didn't Mommy, Daddy, Rosie, Grandma, and Grandpa given call? What? Why did I write it like that? Why didn't Mommy, Daddy, Rosie, Grandma, and Grandpa get cards? You said you were gonna make cards for them. Why did you say you were gonna make a card? Why did you say you were gonna make a card for Leo if he celebrates Hanukkah? Where did Jason and Jeffrey come from? You didn't mention them earlier. How the actual hell did you forget about Santa? I know, Caillou's 4, but even an actual goddamn 4-year-old isn't this disorganized. Bro named 8 people he was going to give cards to, and he only made 5! 3 of them weren't on his list! This is triggering my OCD. Anyways, another song. Mimi Boy. What a list of presents. Space station, truck, skates, baseball, soccer ball, football, fire engine, telescope, deck of cards, bike basket, another soccer ball, and dinosaur. Like, my man, half those presents are guaranteed to destroy each other. You can't even drive, and according to the internet theories, you never will. Putting that aside, this song is good. Some might even call it above average. Also, why 2 soccer balls? Heh, 2 balls. Anyways, after putting their cards in the mailbox, the mailman invites them to the post office sorting center. We also see the North Pole delivery pot. Could they have made it any more obvious that they were never actually sending the North Pole? Could they have made it any more obvious that they never actually send the Santa cards anywhere? The pile's literally in a dumpster. After learning about St. Nicholas, we move on to the next few days are told through another song. Another morning, 8 days to go. Christmas comes way too slow. I like this song. It's a good song with a neat idea. It perfectly encapsulates childlike impatience, especially in the lead up to Christmas. It's also a clever way of cutting down some of the fat from this movie. Let's be honest, making a Christmas special that actually feels like it takes place over the course of 2 weeks, or almost 2 weeks, was never an option. Let's be honest, making a Christmas special that actually feels like it takes place over the course of almost 2 weeks was never an option. The downside is, now I have to summarize the next few songs. What? The downside is, now I have to summarize the next few days we hear about during the song. In rapid succession, no less. Speed round! Day 5, Caillou and Leo make a snowman. Day 6, they go sledding. Day 7, they go skiing. That's all we hear about in the song. Anyways, after searching for Rexy and not having any luck, they go to the Santa Claus parade and are lucky enough to be brought to the parade by elves. Wait, fripp! After searching for Rexy and not having any luck, Caillou and his family go, but I don't know why I decided to say it like that. After searching for Rexy and not having any luck, they go to the Santa Claus parade and are lucky enough to be brought into the parade by the elves. After meeting Clementine and Leo at the department store Santa stopped at, they meet Santa. Rosie pisses herself. Another song! As part of the Advent calendar, too. Wow, we getting fancy. Where Christmas is not the same for Christmas in Russia. In this song, we learn about Christmas in Russia and Denmark. This song is good. This song is good. It's technically the only song sung by either parent, and hey, I'll take any song. It's technically the only song sung by either parent, and hey, I'll take any song not sung by Caillou and his tone-deaf ass. Anyways. Faint rustling. Caillou and Leo have a play date, and he learns about Hanukkah, hockey, and dreidel. Okay, but also, who needs that many reasons? Like, what are you gonna do with those? Wait. Oh, I just made that connection. I just made a connection. Later, when they're baking, like, the cookies, did they put raisins on the cookie? They used the raisins from that. They used the cookie. I can't even speak because I'm so surprised that I didn't catch on to that sooner. That's clever. That's clever. I'll give you that, animators. I did not realize. I did not make that connection until just now. We then get a scene of Caillou trying to find out what Rosie got him for Christmas. Then we get where Christmas is not the same, except it's one country instead of two now. This time we learn about Christmas in Greece. That's all you learn. Did that really need to be told through song? This feels unnecessary. I don't think we needed a song to explain what Christmas is like in one country. Also, quick question. Why the hell did you wait until, like, 2 in the morning to do this? Anyways. Grandma comes over and takes care of them for a while. Grandma comes over and takes care of them for a while. I am bad at this. I'm bad at reading a script, guys. Can you tell? We then get yet another song. Christmas is a time to share all that we do. The perfect tree for me. The perfect tree for me. Sorry, that song was playing in the background and I was trying really hard to focus on the lyrics from this song. This song is really good. A perfect blend of mayhem and organization. I'm just a little tired of the songs right now. We keep getting them less and less spread out. They then take the cookies to the retirement home. Then they play Go Fish. We learn about stockings. We also learn about Christmas in France, Holland, Hungary, Italy, and Puerto Rico. If you like foot fungus in your stocking. Well, damn, I guess Santa's getting foot fungus for Christmas. On to time for Sarah's Christmas play. First, though, Grandpa comes over to help with the Christmas lights. Anyways, Sarah's play. The problem. Jimmy is sick. Who's Jimmy? I wish I knew. Fun little trivia. When I wrote this script, I actually put Billy Clementine's brother's name in place of Jimmy. Wait, crap. Anyways, Sarah's play. The problem? Jimmy is sick. Who's Jimmy? I wish I could tell you. Because he's never mentioned again. He's mentioned this one time, and then never again. We don't even see him. Because of that, I'm going to guess that Jimmy was dead. That Jimmy dies. Jimmy got like a fatal illness and didn't make it. Boom. Boom, fan theory. Quick film theory parody thumbnail. Come on, AI, generate me that Caillou film theory thumbnail thing. Blech. Fun little trivia. Here's a fun little piece of trivia. When I first wrote this script, I actually put Billy, Clementine's brother, in place of Jimmy. Anyways, Caillou agrees to fill in for him. So convenient that they arrived an hour early because of Boris's broken watch. BTW, I should. After a few rehearsals, we see the play itself. Basically, there's this guy called Old Man Winter who needs to make it snow because Santa's sleigh needs snow. Also, there's these two characters who are sad that there's no snow, even though one of them is literally a snowflake. Yeah, that's fine. After, we learn about Christmas dinners in Spain, Norway, Australia, England, France again. I don't know why I did that in a Western accent. Ugh. Okay, time for... Caillou sets up the cookies for Santa as Grandma and Grandpa arrive. The whole day is spent prepping for dinner. Then they eat. And that night, Caillou learns the story of 'twas the night before Christmas. And all through the house, not the... Dang it, I forgot it. Yeah, not a lot happens today. It's time. Wait, what? I missed a song? I missed a song? Wish you a Merry Christmas. Oh, right. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Can you tell that I can't do half the Silly Puppet Adventures characters' voices anymore? Does this even really count? I mean, I guess I don't see a reason why it wouldn't, so... It's fine. Anyways, it's time. It's Christmas morning and it's snowing winter weather. It's Christmas. Everyone gets their presents. Rosie gets her horse. Caillou gives everyone presents he made back at Leo's house that one day. Oh, I forgot to mention that. Rosie gets her horse. Caillou gives everyone presents he made back at Leo's house. Everyone gets their stuff back from Rosie. Caillou... wait. I forgot to talk about the Rosie subplot. After Rosie takes Rexy, she wraps him up as a present. She also took some of Gilbert's food earlier to make into his present. Then later we get a scene implying she took Boris's toothbrush and Doris's... I need to reread that. She also took some of Gilbert's food earlier to make into his present. Then later we get a scene implying she took Boris's toothbrush and Doris's, again, not joking, that's Caillou's mom's actual name, slipper. This also somehow becomes a new family tradition for them, at least according to Boris. Anyway, Caillou gets his space station, Boris gets a new watch since his was broken apparently, and even Gilbert gets to join the festivities, also receiving a gift from Grandma. 2 more songs! It's Christmas morning and it's snowy winter weather. You want to hear me trying to do my bendy voice still? It's Christmas morning and it's snowy winter weather. It's Christmas morning and our family is together. You see, it sounds more like Squidward than ever before. This song's nice. Perfect ending montage song as we get a sequence of opening presents. Caillou and Rosie break the fourth wall and the end. Oh, right, the last song. Every day can be special. Every dream you dream can really come true. When you show someone you care. Every day. It's a nice song for the credits. I used to think it was sung by Sarah's voice actress. Overall, a good film, but oh boy, are we not done. We still have to talk about a lot of stuff. Let's start with the most boring part. Dubs. Caillou's holiday movie received a French and a Spanish dub, and possibly more. I just don't know what the others are. They aren't that different from the regular film, aside from the fact that the film is now in a different language. No shit, script writing me. Now on to the meaty topic. Or rather, topics. Mysteries. The first mystery, the credits. Every piece of classic Caillou media has at least 3 variants of credits. In fact, that's another video that I'm planning on making. This film has the following credits variants. Original home video variant. When first released on home video by Sony Wonder, the credits had the 2002 to 2006 Cinar logo, followed by the 1995 to 2007/2014 to 2023 Sony Wonder logo. It thinks that timeline of when that Sony Wonder logo was used as a phone number, by the way. Warner Home Video variant. The credits are sped up and we see the same Cinar logo, followed by the current Warner Home Video logo. YouTube variant. On a YouTube upload of the film, the logo featured is the cookie jar logo with a special music track instead of the usual cookie jar logo music. Universal Kids variant. On some airings of the film on Universal Kids, the logos are skipped over entirely. MeTV Tunes variant. On some airings of the film on MeTV Tunes, they use the cookie jar logo, but it has the audio from the Cinar logo that was used in the first variant. That reminds me, one of the things I was going to mention is that Cinar logo, but I think I'll talk about logos as like an extension of the credits video that I'm working on. PBS Sprout variant. On some airings on PBS Kids Sprout, the same cookie jar logo from the last variant plays, but at the start of the movie. I love how he started writing this as a credits, its focused section, and now it's just the ending logos. VHS variant. A variant exists on VHS with only the Cinar logo. I really hope I'm pronouncing Cinar right. Imagine it's pronounced something stupid like Kiner. French variants. On the French dub version of the film, the credits are in French instead of English. There are French versions of the first 3 variants. At least from what I could find. That's all the variants, at least, again, that I could find. Let's talk about the distribution real quick. Fun fact, Caillou's Holiday Movie was the only Australian Caillou DVD ever released. From what I could find, again. I did a lot of research, and because nobody gives two shits about Caillou, I didn't come up with much, so... Anyways, the versions of the film on home media that I could find are... I'm just gonna stop saying that. You already know it's that I could find. Are... 2003 VHS, 2003 French VHS, 2003 DVD, 2003 French DVD, 2014 DVD for the 20th anniversary of Caillou, and the Australian DVD. On to the second topic that I'm excited to cover. Trivia! Fact 1. Voice. This is the first Caillou production where Annie Bouvard... I just completely butchered that. This is the first Caillou production where Annie Bouvard voices Caillou. As in September of 2003, the previous voice actor, Jacqueline... I'm gonna go with Jacqueline Linetsky, was tragically killed in a car crash. Rest in peace, Jacqueline. Fact 2. Bonus features. The main bonus feature I want to talk about is the interview with Caillou. In this bonus feature, Sarah comes over to interview Caillou for an article in her school newspaper. That's really all that happens, although he does mention that his name is French for pebble. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that. Then the tape recorder shorts itself, and the end. Fact 3. Glitch. On the 25th anniversary DVD from Nick Circle, the bonus features of the songs will sometimes play the rest of the movie, starting from either the start of 8 Days to Go, or the start of Caillou's Christmas song, depending on which one you select. If I remember correctly, I think that also happened to me with the beginning trailers, or something similar happened, where sometimes when you turn on the film, in fact, most of the time when I turn on the film, it just completely skips over the opening, teasers and trailers and stuff, and goes straight to the main menu. And Jeffrey! Still triggering me, Caillou. Quick side tangent. What is it with Christmas films and the bonus feature menu only having, 2 selectable songs or scenes? I know, at least 3 or 4 of them that do that. Is there something there? Let me know in the comments. Anyways, fact 4. Book. The film would later receive a book adaptation under the title of Caillou, Happy Holidays. From what I know, the book is the same plot as the film, roughly. In a football. You just to please you. You think that is too much. No, mommy. There are more toys. Santa should bring me in a rush. Always me, but where's my me boy? If I want a fire engine, I like getting lots of toys. Anyways, fact 5. Soundtrack. The soundtrack so far is only available in Canada on iTunes Canada. Fact 6. Sprout version. When the film aired during the Merry Movies block on PBS Kids Sprout in later years, a red curtain background with stars on the sides of the screen was seen. Summary now. In summary, this film is pretty good. Or, good for Caillou standards, so the bar is miles underground. That's all I really have for this video. I hope this video gets some traction, because I have a lot of ideas for Caillou topics I can cover. I mean, I did mention during the recordings that I am planning a video on the Caillou credits, and how weird all the variants and stuff are, which goes into an entirely different can of worms that I really want to dig into eventually, but let's focus on the task at hand. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, right, and if you guys want to see more Caillou videos from me, in the words of Matt Rose Furby voice, leave them in the comments! I don't like how deep my voice is getting. I can't do half the voices that I used to do for this channel. Ah!